most trouble about in terms of censorship? Is
Like,
nudity or
like
language?
waking up.
Just getting out of bed in the morning?
They just have it in their minds that they want to hire somebody, but they don't want any communication made. You know, they want to like make you into something. I don't know. It's like, I guess it goes into white homes. They're worried about that a lot.
What do they? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Gwen Barrett, our associate producer, or sometime producer, is black. You know, and Carmen Matias is
You
Hispanic.
have to be colored to be on television. You can't,
Yeah, colored.
Yes, you can't be black. You have to have a little colored in there, just a taste.
Tad.
Yeah, just to keep it interesting for America.
Yeah. Well, she said, we were talking about your humor, that your humor offends white people, and I'm not that easily offended. Like, I'm not coming from a spot where Richard Pryor is going to offend me. I think you have humor that makes us see a lot of the truth and laugh at things we wouldn't normally laugh at. I think that's part of what you're doing. What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism.
Yo, Elliot, been a while since I've been in contact with you. Things really seem to be going in the right direction for me. Unfortunately, this is changing rapidly. The government here in the Netherlands have gone full fascist. I'm not allowed to go to the gym anymore without the medicine. I am also not allowed to play any other sports without the medicine. The government has also made masks mandatory inside buildings again. They are now thinking of making the medicine mandatory for the workplace and for schools. This means that I will probably not have a job anymore soon and I won't be able to go to school. For the past several days, I've felt lost. Not knowing what to do with my time that is still useful. Do you have any recommendations? So there are those who have termed this global shift in sovereignty, in power, economically, socially. There's this huge change happening on the planet, and you're experiencing some of the pressure thereof as the Great Reset. This whole idea. Doesn't fucking help. We have people who are minorities saying that they should be fearful of it, but we're not going to do it. It doesn't fucking help. Now, fucking viruses and epidemics and pandemics have been happening across the globe, around the world. Life didn't happen. The fact that y'all can't deal with that, the fact that y'all can't look in the past and see that shit is happening and people for vaccines, same vaccine hesitancy, but in the end, the vaccine actually help people. In the end, it's like you can get polio against measles, smallpox. It's the fucking rate, the rate is really static. Is that better? It's like these people actually forget that, all right, is that better? Is that better? It's like these people forget that um, we have history books. And the fact that we have history books, we know that, what happens. We see what fucking happens. And I'm sorry, Chief, for you to actually act as if that this shit doesn't happen and we don't have history to actually show that you know, life, life is a thing that happens. Hold on, let me do this. Is that better?
Of a great reset is to initiate the planet, humankind, every country into a new order, right? Some would say a new world order, a new world order, a new world order, a new way that things are going to be done. And they're using, and this whole unfoldment of this reset is being ushered in under the guise of safety and protection against a virus, a bioweapon, right? That has a 99.9% survival rate, right? It's all a
All right, is that better? Yeah, I have to have it on my headset. For some reason, I gotta reset my whole situation. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I don't know. Fuckers like this, man. Just yeah. It's just like because it's not the world that they want it to be. It's that thing of just normal, and it's just like there is no normal, dog. But let's go.
farce. It's all fake. But they're using it as a means to instill further totalitarian Nuremberg trials and international law. It's completely illegal for them to be using these experimental medicines on us. So there's a shirking. According to the Nuremberg trials and international law, it's completely illegal for them to be using these experimental medicines on us. So there's a shirking of the rule of law, there's a turn away. There's a huge turning away from everything that got us to where we are because they want to take us somewhere else. And you're experiencing the pressure of this reset, this power grab, if you will, that the world is unfolding right before our eyes. And so you're unable to go to school, you're unable to go to work, you're needing to follow these mandates, right, about what you have to wear and what medicine you have to take. And you've decided that you're not going to do it. You are resistant. You're resisting the Great Reset. You're resisting the New World Order. You're resisting medical martial law and the totalitarian takeover of the entire world, which I think.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, yeah, I was going on an awesome ass rant. So, like, maybe my freedom to infect you is not it should not work. It should be less than your ability to live. Maybe that freedom should actually happen. But these people are so concerned, they're so fearful of shit that they don't understand that it's automatically bad. And yet they advocate for theocracy and they talk about authoritarian. They advocate for a invisible man in the sky, which they don't understand. This is how, but God. But things that they don't understand that they can clearly try to look into and read, it's just like, oh, I'm scared, so I don't need to. Fuck. Like, it pisses me off. And it's just like, it's all just, it's most of it is a culture war. Most of it is just like we want to win our culture war, so we're just gonna say this good thing versus this bad thing. But other is just stupidity and fear and ignorance. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Ultimately is going to fail. Now, when it fails, they will have succeeded by giving the medicine to a significant portion of the population that, by doing so, have pledged their allegiance to the New World Order.
Like, do you hear this wingnut shit? The New World Order, this medicine. Like, it's a fucking vaccine, dog. Like, oh my god. It's a vaccine. Like, do you not get that? Vaccines have happened. Like, and it's just like a lot of these people are just, I don't get what problem they have with vaccines other than they don't understand what vaccines really are. But let's continue.
You, on the other hand, have resisted. You're saying no, and as a result, you are going to be persecuted. I think this is something that we all have
Oh
to.
my God, he's about to invoke the mark of the beast. Like he's invoking the mark of the beast again, invoking to a theocracy. Okay.
Get through our heads. I think this is something we all need to actually start becoming more and more comfortable with. The fact that persecution is being unfolded before our very eyes, and that if we continue to think and behave and live and expect life to be the cushy, cozy, easy button walk world that we lived in prior to it, we're going to be very disillusioned. And this is why.
But life was never that. Oh my God, life was not easy. Like no, life was never that. You dumb fuck. Like oh God. Yes, his audience is an audience of upper, let's say, affluent or upper middle class white guys, and some upper and middle class black people that never understood poverty or poorness. That's like whenever you can have a boot camp where you can, I don't know, charge thousands of dollars for a weekend of people just coming in and screaming in each other's face. Um, yeah, you are not talking to a struggling audience. But okay, let's go.
Why a lot of people just follow along with the medical martial law, global totalitarian takeover through this medical martial law. There's a lot of people that just go along with it because they want what? Things to go back to normal. This is what was promised. Things will go back to normal. Things will go back to normal. 15 days, right? Just wear the mask. Just take the medicine. Just sell your soul to Satan, and things will get normal again. Well, there's no normal. There's no intention for things to get normal ever again.
Like, did y'all just hear that bullshit? Like, I'm gonna run about 15 seconds. Listen to this shit. Yeah, I think some people are freaked out by the fact that COVID vaccine is mandated in some places. They think it must be ulterior motives. The polio vaccine is mandated. The smallpox, the rubella, the measles, those vaccines are mandated. And I get it's new. I get people say, "Oh, it hasn't been tested." But the shit that has been built on has been tested for a while. I don't. Okay. If you're not seeing something that which you in your mind has equated to the flu, and I'm not saying COVID is, so like don't at me. Just like an upper respiratory infection, if you haven't seen those vaccines mandated, so you can actually see why some of the COVID vaccines, like why is it mandated? But when you think of a disease that is on the same level, some of the same crippling long-term effect as polio, polio is a mandated vaccine. If you're in school, if you're trying to go to work, you need to be vaccinated for this shit. Rubella, measles, mumps, these are things that are mandatory vaccinations. Before the child leaves the hospital, in a lot of cases, they have to start their rounds of vaccines. Now, what is it that some people don't understand that vaccines, there are differences between vaccines and there are differences between being completely inoculated. Did I say not vaccinated and inoculated? There's two different things. There are things that you can get and they don't require, a constant boost up to your immune system. Your immune system learns and it keeps it going. But that's not always the case for things, especially upper respiratory infections. So yeah, I get it. Like, oh yeah, no, it's a vaccine and we have to get one or more shots. I get it. It's an upper respiratory infection and it's a new infection that is constantly mutating. And that's the thing. This shit is constantly mutating. And I get why people are fearful of it. But that fear should not stop you from actually looking into the science. Because if you actually look into the science, you'll actually see that, like, just some of the stuff that people are upset about is just, they're just fearful of shit. But let's go.
along with it because they want what? Things to go back to normal. This is what was promised. Things will go back to normal. Things will go back to normal. 15 days, right? Just wear the mask. Just
People didn't wear the mask for that 15 days. That's the thing. People didn't wear the mask.
take the medicine. Just sell your soul to Satan, and things will get.
So taking a vaccine is selling your soul to Satan. He just said that, guys. He just said taking a vaccine is selling your soul to Satan. How? Please tell me how. Can somebody tell me how taking a vaccine is selling your soul to Satan? I'll wait.
Normal again. Well, there's no normal. There's no intention for things to get normal ever again. And so this is the great divide. This is the great split. I believe that this is the harvesting that is predicted in Revelations in the Bible.
What did I tell you? He was going to, the mark of the beast. My man. Okay, here's the thing. Revelations is bullshit. And I'll tell you why. It's just copying Daniel. And on top of that, Revelations is a historical book of propaganda. It is not talking about the future. It was talking about Rome. But you don't understand that because you're a fucking meathead that screams and yells at other men in homoerotic fucking camps because reasons. Where you should just be like, yo, I like men. And call it a day. But no, you have to wear that shirt off and rub on it. Like, dude, like, if you want to touch a guy, touch a guy. It's okay. It's okay if you want to touch a guy. Not my cup of tea, but if you like it, dude, like, go for it. I like touching women. It's my taste versus your taste. But there's nothing wrong. Even if you like touching both, it's nothing wrong. Hey, you do you. You enjoy yourself. But let's go.
This is the great separation, the wheat from the chaff. But it's not going to be easy walk like some Christians believe. Like Jesus is just going to come riding down on a cloud and he's going to take up
the theocracy,
all the holy souls. It doesn't work that way. I believe that the tribulation comes first, and so we had all better be prepared. I'm grateful that I'm very blessed, fortunate to live in the U.S. and to live in Florida at this time. But I do not take it for granted that at any time, at any day, all this can flip and my life could look a lot like yours. And if I put myself in your shoes, as I may be someday, I have to bite the bullet. We'll have to bite the bullet. We will have to suffer, but through our suffering comes strength.
Look at that Christian persecution complex. Like, really, dog? Suffer how? By having a fever for a day? Like, by getting a little bit of a headache? Being a little bit lackadaisical? Like, how are you suffering, man? Like, goddamn. Like, how are you suffering? What are you suffering? How is this suffering affecting you? Did you just feel like, oh, I feel under the weather? Hey, fucking COVID is not fucking good. It is something that is, as somebody who suffers from long-term COVID, because I had COVID when it first came, yeah, this shit ain't fun. But let's continue.
Through our suffering comes grace from God and mortification of our flesh.
Hey, just a question, and my 14-year-old daughter asks this. If God was so good, why did he let COVID get created? I'm just saying. Like, these people want to mention things like Job and the suffering that he went through, but he still believed. And what kind of like sucks is because like the devil didn't do that to him without permission and prompting. And like, hey, you want to actually get somebody? Get this motherfucker. But oh, he's a good, kind, and merciful God that will sick a wolf on you just to win a bet. Yeah, just to win a bet because reasons. But let's go.
And the strengthening of our resolve, our soul. And so more than anything, as a means of inspiration, motivation to keep going, keep resisting, stay on your path by choosing based on your ethical guidelines, what you will and will not take into your body, no matter how much they persecute you, is actually a grace from God. It's actually an opportunity.
But are you gonna be okay with taking COVID into your body? And he said taking things into their body. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm an immature. I'm about to be 40 in 2 days, but I'm still immature as shit. Cause we gotta remember it's still Valentine's Day, and taking things into bodies is a hallmark of today.
To grow stronger in a way that you would never otherwise get an opportunity to, right? When you go to the gym, what are you doing? You're resisting. Why do we call it resistance training? Because when you go to the gym, you apply resistance to your muscular tissue, to your body.
This is the most dumb fuck gym teacher shit that you can actually say. This is the most dumb fuck thing that you can actually say. I don't even know. I don't even know, like, you're resisting physically and spiritually because resistance is muscles. Like, wow.
Body resists that resistance, resists that weight. And it's through the resistance of that weight, struggling with that weight, that we grow stronger, right? Without any struggle, there's no strength, right? Without resisting that weight, working through resistant training, there's no strength. And so I don't want to make light of your situation. I don't want to gloss over it as if it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It's such a big deal that it relates to the state of your soul. Really and truly.
Wait, a vaccine relates to your soul. How? How does a vaccine, a jab in a fucking arm, relate to your immortal soul? Does that count for any of the other vaccines that you actually, like, I mean, like, I can see HPV, how that can relate to your soul, because HPV, like, yeah, it's trying to make sure, yeah, when you touch souls, you don't pass some shit on. But like of any other vaccine for your respiratory system is related to your soul. I This is the epitome of a dumb fuck right here. This face is the epitome of a dumb fuck. And yeah, I might as well do it. I'm clipping it. Why didn't I clip it? Okay, there we go. No. Okay, here we go. I'm starting to do more thumbnails now. Because yeah, I need to do better thumbnails, but like, yeah. Anyway, let's go.
It relates to the state of your soul. When I say harvesting, those who pledge their allegiance to the New World Order will be descending, right? You know, a lot of people in the New Age like to...
Oh, say, go to hell. Just say, go to hell. Just say, go to hell. Stop being a motherfucking coward and say, go to hell. Just say it. Stop with this fucking euphemism. If you don't believe in my vengeful, angry God, he's going to send you to hell. Just say that, man. I don't get it. Like, okay, let's go.
Use this word ascension, right? You're on the ascension plan, right? What is ascension? Rising up. Ascension means to rise up, right? I even think the word enlightenment means to rise up. Right?
Thank you for the 3rd grade vocabulary lesson. I'm just saying, like, what the fuck does this mean?
Right? Because you get lighter, right? There are going to be those that are descending. There are those.
Wait. He did not.
Rise up, right? Because you get light and rising up. A lot of people in the New Age like to use this word ascension, right? You're on the ascension plan, right? What is ascension? Rising up. Ascension means to rise up, right? I even think the word enlightenment means to rise up, right? Because you get lighter, right? There are going to be those that are...
This motherfucker said, enlightenment means you rise up because you get lighter. He said enlightenment means you rise up because you get lighter. I, I Peter,
Done. Done.
Peter, can you take it from me? Here we go, Peter. Peter, here we go.
Done.
Like how? How does that even work? Like how the fuck does that even work? Like I I I see I'm gonna have to keep this on the side over here when I need it because that just
Done.
we're gonna minimize that for later. We're gonna minimize that for later. Let's go.
Are descending. They're those that are going to be heavy with density, right? And they're the ones that choose to worship
Are you saying that you're fat shaming, dog?
this world and its new order. But those who rise up above it, those who rise up out of it, not in an easy way, but through resistance and persecution, they save their souls. They save their souls because they recognize, and this is where religion becomes an important consideration. When you start to consider the state of your soul rather than the safety of your body, you make very different choices, and that's
What if there's no soul? Maybe you just have consciousness. Maybe there's no soul, you dumb fuck. Have you ever thought about that? So, like, a little tangent. Alright, so I've heard several different people who I know, and some of them I respect, a couple of them I respect. When they say, "Well, when I went to college, I questioned my religion," and the question always is, "Should I be a Christian anymore?" Not, "Is there a God? Is there supernatural beings outside of myself?" That's the base question. That's the most honest question that you should actually have. It's, well, I already assume that there is religion and religion is real. And so, am I choosing the right one? And it's just like, that's not questioning your faith. That's just questioning. That's not questioning if you should eat or not. That's just questioning what type of flavor of fucking ramen you want to have. That's all. It's not questioning if you should eat or not. It's questioning like, hmm, what what type of Starbucks coffee should I have? That's it. It's not a question if you should go there. It's a question of I already want one, but I just got to question what it is. And this is the sad shit. This is the sad thing that I feel because it's so fucking stupid. But let's continue.
why Christians are so threatening to the global world order, to the new world order. That's why Christianity has been under attack for the past, well, many years, long time. But so
How long? Fuck, no, no, no. I'm not letting you get away with this. How long has been Christianity been on attack? Since we've actually discovered science and we've realized that supernatural shit don't happen like you say it does? Christianity is the world's largest religion. It is the world's largest religion. How is it under attack? And it's held that crown for the last fucking 2,000 years. It is the world's largest religion. How is it under attack? Because people question you? The fuck out of here, dude. Let's continue.
so voraciously over the past 100 years, because they understood that the resistors in the West will be the Christians, because number one, we are not of this world. We're not of this world.
But Christianity is an Eastern religion. It's not a Far Eastern religion, but it started in the Middle East. Oh my God, this is the shit that I'm talking about. You know nothing of church history. Like, for real. You know, Rome is the current center of
the Catholic Church, and it's in the fucking Mediterranean. And if you go further back, you will see that the 12 churches of the fucking epistles of Paul were literally around what is now Turkey and the Middle East and Greece. These are areas around the Middle East, the Mediterranean. Like, you don't, oh my God. Like, this shit is fucking crazy because they don't fucking know their own history. And a lot of decisions that were made in Turkey and Anatolia, which is now Turkey. And Egypt. And some of it in Rome. Like, this is what we see. We know this. Christianity is not exclusive to the Western country and Western civilization. No. Fuck, these people are dumb. But let's go.
I am concerned with the world. I live in this world, but I am from a spiritual reality, and so are you. And only by having a spiritual mindset, be it Christian or otherwise, but realizing that we are not of this world and that we are of a spiritual reality, and that you could take my body, but you can never take my freedom.
You can take his body. Take his body. Let's go.
Is what's going to set your soul free, right? These are words of Mahatma Gandhi, right? I think he says something to the effect of, you could beat my body, you could whip my body, you could chain my body, you could do whatever you want my body, but you absolutely cannot.
I mean, like, if you are somebody who is into the whole BDSM, okay, all right, I'm being a child. I am being a child. I know I'm being a child. I know I'm being a child. And why isn't my chat staying up? I know I'm being a child, but yeah, like, I am definitely being a child. But yeah. Let's go.
Imprison my soul. He says something like that. And I think also Braveheart, right? Braveheart was a great movie, right? William Wallace. One of the
Oh my God!
lines in that movie.
Oh my God!
Mel Gibson says, as he's playing William Wallace in Braveheart, was, "You could take my life, but you'll never take my..."
He probably thinks it's a historical movie. Oh my God! He is so fucking stupid. Okay, and he's proud of himself.
Freedom! Right?
Look, he's proud of himself.
The rallying call of the day. I remember how big that was. I remember shouting that myself after seeing that movie. It feels good when we watch it in a movie. It feels good when we're rooting for the...
Almost as if they do those moments in movies in order to make you feel good. Like, this is the shit that I mean. Like, fucking conservatives don't understand hyperbole. They don't understand sarcasm. They don't understand, like, wow. Like, this is the shit that I mean. Like, he's too stupid to get that it was not a real story. No shade against William Wallace, but he was not the hero that Mel Gibson made him out to be. It was a movie. Oh God. Oh God. It was a movie, dog. It was a movie. Okay, let's go.
The protagonist in the movie, it doesn't feel as good when it's us, but we can take inspiration from men like William Wallace. He said no, and he suffered. Gandhi said no, and he suffered.
First. Why did William Wallace suffer? And I bet you he can't tell you why William Wallace suffered. Not because he was, a good person. He was a fucking freedom fighter. And the King of England was trying to put down resistance. Like, that's the thing. Like, and then on top of that, like, what the movie doesn't tell you is William Wallace actually didn't get caught after a battle. He literally was in, like, a fucking government position until he got too rowdy again. And it's like, nah, fuck it, you gone, dog. Like, he doesn't know this, and it's sad because he has his followers believe in this shit. Oh my God. Okay. Let's go.
Jesus said no, and he suffered. all of the martyrs of the early church.
Actually, Jesus says yes, and he suffered. Like, the fuck? That's what the problem was. He's like, yes, daddy! Daddy! Yes! Ooh, nail me. Nail me! Yes, daddy! I will do it because you said so. I'm sorry. Ooh, what was it? Whip it. Whip it good. Oh. Okay. My irreverence aside, but like he's literally trying to preach and shit. Like, oh, this is delectable. This is wonderful. Let's go.
Church said no, and they suffered. This is what is expected of us, and we're being called to set ourselves apart. And it will not be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's a grace though, because it strengthens you. It shows you that this world cannot control you, and that you owe your allegiance not to the New World Order, but to God the Father. And so my opinion is that you've got to gird your loins. You got to arm yourself.
Why does it automatically go to gird your loins? Wait, I swear to God, man. I'm like, if I didn't know who this motherfucker was, I would swear to God, like, okay, all right. I'm being an asshole. I know I'm being an asshole, but like, come on, man. Come on. He literally probably thinks he's a preacher. And it's just like, God, you're too stupid for that. Or maybe he is smart enough to be a preacher. Let's go.
With religion, spirituality, God, Christ, Christianity, right? That's how it worked in the West, right? But of course, we got a whole lot of New Age ideas, and I'm not saying don't go that route, but I'm saying that you got to choose something that helps you transcend or ascend up out of the density of this 3D world. You know, there's multiple dimensions, right?
It is. Yes, Elliot, we are aware that there are actually 11 dimensions of space, which scientists have actually proven. And it's 10 dimensions. I believe it's 10 dimension, and gravity comes from an 11th dimension. But you don't understand the physics of the shit. We experience life in 4 dimensions. And if you don't know what I mean by that, the scientific thing of the reason why we experience 4 dimensions, because we have the moving along the distance, we move along space. It's up, down, the y and the x axis, depth, and time. Time is the 4th dimension. And well, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you can send them to the next dimension. But yeah, but like, I want to know his explanation about dimensions. Let's see if we can get that.
You know, there's multiple dimensions. This is not a woo-woo weird idea. This is not a strange idea that there are multiple dimensions. You know how you know that there are multiple dimensions and that we are a spectrum through them? Because there's a 3rd dimension, right? What is 3D? And nobody would argue that we live in a 3D world. We live in a 3rd dimensional world. But there are 4th dimensional, 5th dimensional, and many.
We don't live in a 3rd dimensional world. We see in 3D, you dumb fuck. Oh my god. This makes me sad. It makes me sad. How is a dumb fuck like this trying to teach science? How is a dumb fuck like this trying to teach science? We live in a 4-dimensional world, Elliot. You dumb fuck. Oh, wow. And these are the people that you take to to send you information about your immortal soul. Because reasons.
Dimensional ways that we interact, right? A 5D, someone who's living with 5D consciousness, right? A higher dimension consciousness, right? Is a person who's not focused on what's happening to him. He's focused on the state of his soul, right? These are people who are in prison.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually do something, and if you're a DC fan, you'll know what I'm doing. Hold on. If you want somebody from a higher dimension, somebody with fifth dimensional consciousness. Here, this is somebody with fifth dimensional consciousness. Let's look at the fifth dimensional conscious person. This is somebody with fifth dimensional consciousness. Mr. Mixoplix. Whatever the fuck however you say this. This is who Elliot is talking about, who has fifth dimensional consciousness. Because reasons. Oh wait. Can I do it as well? Yeah, let's do another one. Mixoplix. Fifth dimension of consciousness here. Fifth dimensional consciousness here, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. Ooh, let's do another one. Fifth dimensional beings. Oh, this is like fifth dimensional beings, ladies and gentlemen. Batmite. Like, what the fuck? Oh God. Okay, Elliot, let's go.
Right? I think of Viktor Frankl, right? Who's a Holocaust survivor, of course. You know, we always remember the Holocaust, but not all the other Holocausts. It's always the Jewish Holocaust. But there were some very fascinating people.
Oh, did he just throw some shade? Oh my God. He just literally threw some fucking shade. Wow. He just threw some shade. Oh God. At first I thought, actually pulling up this video, it was some anti-Semitism, but like I was like, okay, going along, it wasn't. But dag. Now this man is saying like, well, if they don't remember the other Holocaust. Oh God, let's go.
Came out of that, wrote some books, and Viktor Frankl was one of them. Right? We are in essence going through another Holocaust of sorts. This is what the New World Order is predicated on. There needs to be a Holocaust on the planet, right? And there's a desire to rid the planet from a significant portion of the population, get rid of a lot of us. So there's this Holocaust going on, and if you read Viktor Frankl,
what's up, mutant?
Book Man's Search for Meaning, as he experienced the Jewish Holocaust, the people that did well, the survivors, were the ones that were able to find peace in their misery. I remember there's a scene in the book where he says that he reached some sort of enlightenment, like something shifted in his consciousness one day while he was standing in line, and they would give him, like, they would call it soup, but it was like hot water with like boiled potatoes in it. And so he's sitting in his line, and they dug down to the bottom of the soup, and a piece of fish bone was present with his potato in his hot water. And he just looked at that piece of fish bone with such gratitude that his entire consciousness shifted, and he was able to detach from all the bodily harm and pain that was inflicted upon him while being in that state. And he goes on to write about it afterwards when he was released. And even if you read books like Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Wait, okay, so why are you bringing this up? Christians are not being persecuted. I'm sorry, dog. Christians are not being persecuted. They are leading the world. Every U.S. president has been either a Christian or a Christian deist or some sort of deist. Every U.S. president. The fucking kings and queens of England. Yes, they broke away from the Catholic Church, but they were motherfucking Christians. Most of the world leaders in Europe are Christian. That wow. Vladimir Putin is literally a Russian Orthodox Christian. These are Christians. Most of the European leaders are Christians. Why? How are they being persecuted? And lest we forget, sitting right there in the middle of motherfucking Italy is Rome, the center of the Catholic Church. How are Christians being persecuted? Like, what you want to say is, because we can't run roughshod over your ass, and you are not just bowing down to what the fuck we want to tell you, then because we can't oppress you, some sort of equality seems like oppression. But let's go.
He was a prisoner in Eastern Europe. I forget what country, during the Bolshevik takeover, right? The communist takeover of Eastern Europe has a lot of lessons for history, a lot of lessons for how we should continue to live our lives. In fact, I learned about Solzhenitsyn from this book. This is Live Not by Lies, A Manual for Christian Dissidents by Rod Dreher. Christian or not, I would invite you. Now, if you read this book, you might be more interested in being a Christian because he gives good reason why. But this would be a good book to read. And anybody who's living under these mandates.
I wonder if it has pictures for him, because we know Elliot can't really read.
And who the oppression and the persecution is coming down very hard on. This is a very, 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 very good book. Live Not by Lies. And he talks about the history of the lies that pervade our culture that causes these types of resets or revolutions to take fold. And it's a slippery slope.
How about capitalism? I'm just saying, like, literally, how about the oppression of capitalism, Elliot? Well, I don't see you speak about that shit. I'm saying, like, okay, granted, guys, I will never be one to say, like, oh, we need to get rid of money, and like no, I think we should get rid of classes, but currency is never something that's going to go away, because I don't want to go back to trying to sustain myself on learning how to do all these other different things. Like, no, that's stupid. We need currency. We need some sort of way of exchange. We need a fucking market. Now, should that market have tight controls on it? Fuck yes. But should we get rid of it? No, it's not going to happen. Ever going to happen. But like, I don't see you're like talking about Catholicism in that way. I mean, excuse me. I don't think you talk capitalism in that way. You just see it as like, capitalism great because I make money off of people who pay me thousands of dollars to come and scream in each other's faces. But let's go.
So I hope that offers you solace in your challenging situation. I'm with you. We're all with you. This is a global takeover, and we'll all experience it to some greater or lesser degree. But the bottom line is, it's good to set your soul in order, live in a state of grace, and read this book for tactical advice given by people who live in...
All right. Where we at, Peter? Where we at? Can we do it?
Done.
All right. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, people like Elliot kind of like always puzzle me, because I don't know if they're too stupid to realize that they're saying stupid shit, but it's just like, you're all saying stupid shit. What else? Like, what? Like, if you don't trust vaccines, then I don't know what to tell you, because our world has been made better by vaccines. But what do you trust? Every other idea of how to prevent from getting COVID has been proven a fucking failure. From the horse pace, and yes, I know ivermectin is not a horse pace, but poor people are only buying horse paste, and to the bleach and the hydrochloric whatever the fuck it is, the fish tank cleaner. Yeah, no, like, that's stupid. We literally have treatment. We not only have a treatment, we actually have a known way of treating shit. that is not completely just out the blue. We know with the mRNA technology is. We've known it for 40 years. And these people that are just scared of shit that's new that they don't understand, well, stop using a fucking cell phone. Stop using a computer. Stop using fiber optics. Because I know you don't know how to describe that shit. Stop using microprocessors. But you don't want to do that because reasons. I would say for them to stop using 5G, but yeah, that's a whole nother fucking situation. But anyway, guys. Anyway, yeah. Wow. Okay. I just don't know what else to say, and especially when it comes to that shit. All right, so what else are we gonna do today? Because like I have a couple of topics that I want to actually cover, and it's just kind of crazy, and the horror of Babylon. Yeah, it is true. A lot of Protestants think that the Catholic Church is the whore of Babylon, and they forget that Christianity that they got comes for um, comes from Catholicism, and it's weird to me. Um, Let me see something. Um, oh yeah, I remember this. Um, so we're just gonna go through a few videos. I think I'm gonna try to stream all 3 days that I'm off. I All right, so guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. In a lot of cases, the reason why I don't stream, especially on the weekends, is because I'm trying to do something, or I have a friend over, and I'm just tired from work. I do apologize. I haven't been as faithful as I used to be when I was working from home. It's just one of those things where it's just like, working outside the home can really, 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 really put a strain. And seeing that I actually work 40 minutes away from my home. So every time I go to work, it's 40 minutes. Every time I come back, sometimes it's an hour and 10, depending on what the traffic is. And it fucks with me. And so I don't actually always feel like coming home and streaming. I'm gonna do better doing it. I know I've heard you guys heard that from me recently, but I'm gonna actually try to do better about streaming more and more when I come off work. It's just that a lot of the times I'm emotionally tired, and it can be fucking draining. Um, so that's what happens, and I'm sorry about that, guys. I really am because um stuff like that, when especially when it's emotionally draining, it can um it can be fucking taxing. Let's see if this shit'll work now. Seeing that my mic is not connected, I'm gonna see if I can actually get this working now. Um, let's do this video. So a couple of weeks ago, and let me actually just go ahead and do this. I want to try something. I want to see if this works. Nope, still not working. Let's see. I don't know why it's not working. I'll figure it out later. Alright, let's go to this new video. There we go to full screen for some reason. I had to actually reset my whole OBS, and I guess I'll do it after the stream. But all right, let's get this started. Let's get this started. So if you guys don't remember, a few weeks back I made a video where it was talking about 15 things people do, poor people do that rich people don't, and it was just like really condescending for poor people, and it was just like it was just all around just like horrible shit, and basically it was just poor people shaming. And it's not even just poor people shaming. It was, if you're not rich, then you're trash. And this was another video that they suggested off their playlist, and it's a few years old. But let's kind of go into it because it's just, I suspect based off of the last video that we saw of them, it's gonna be equally disgusting. So let's get to it and see how they just like shitting on poor people. Let's go.
15 signs you're poor. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired.
If you have to go to a YouTube channel to be inspired to be a billionaire, you're doing it wrong. But let's see what they say.
Hey Aluxers, let's get this out of the way right now. This video is meant to be a wake-up call and a reality check. Do what you want with that. Just to clarify a few things before we begin, there are levels to this. We are not going to talk about the really, really poor with no access to water or food.
Let's continue.
We will look at modern civilizations and how to tell if you're actually rich even though you live in a developed country. Every time we do one of these videos, some part of the internet crawls out and gets offended. If you're one of these easily offendable folks, this is your cue to leave the video. Really?
Oh, I'm not easily offended, but I get to fucking criticize you like the dumb fucks you are. But let's go.
Go ahead. There are tons of other videos out there that will reinforce whatever beliefs you already have that are completely politically correct. This isn't one of them. We base the entirety of this video on the blunt reality of everyday life.
Like, the reason why I even want to bring this shit up is because if you don't know the fucker Doomer Media, like, this is this whole idea, like, and I actually, can I play a little bit of that video? Here, let's see if I can actually bring it up. Let's see. Let's see.
No, I
Like, if you don't actually see this, like, Heem, you didn't, like, let's just, like, and I'm gonna actually probably do this video, but this is the shit that, like, you know, you actually would hear on this shit. So this is Heem, and he's a streamer on Twitch, but this is some shit. This is some shit that started this debate.
Okay, so Doomer Media has been having some interesting takes on various issues, including food stamps, which we're gonna get to, so on and so forth, blah blah blah. Lefties are totally delusional about the reality of being poor in the U.S. You can be in favor of substantial welfare programs, as I am, without the delusional belief that poor people are all disabled with 7 kids and 4 jobs in a food desert who can't possibly improve their life.
This motherfucker really said that.
Interesting first tweet. Obviously, we should try and help the poor.
Are you on the Heem team?
Hey,
Bro, you should
Ice Beans. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Pagan Pixie. No more ads for you, Pagan Pixie. Ice Beans gave me $5 a month. But the same lefties decrying paternalism of the poor will look you dead in the face and tell you it's unreasonable to expect poor people to look up how to cook healthy food. Next, he says, so yeah, obviously we should try and help poor people, but the same lefties, da 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 da. The reality is that massive potential for social mobility exists. We already have huge social spending, and a homeless person in the US has more opportunities in a life than a king would have 300 years ago.
So yeah, this is that whole idea of, well, if you're not rich, then it's your fucking fault. This is that idea this shit comes from. And it's just like, it's so fucking stupid. It ignores some of the craziest, some of the normal shit that we see, all in place of, well, if you're poor, then it's your fault because you should have just worked hard enough. But let's go.
Our advice is for you to go through this video, take some notes, and see in which aspects of your life there's room for improvement. Take action in regards to those things and make it happen. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at @alux. With that said, here are 15 signs you're poor. Number 1. If you stopped working, you couldn't maintain your lifestyle for more than 3 months. This is probably the easiest way to find out how well you're doing.
See, and this is the shit that kind of pisses me off, because what it does is this. It actually sets up a wrong idea. The fact is, if this was the case, there are, 60% of people, if they had 60% of the people in the US, if they had a $400 emergency, they wouldn't be able to they wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, really, like, this is the shit that, like, this is the shit that just, like, very, very bad. And by the way, guys, I want to actually, I know I haven't, like, told y'all this, but here, if you want to actually get me, like, a meal or some shit for my birthday or some shit like that, you can actually check out my tree stream. But yeah, because I'm poor. Like, I can't stop working for more than 3 months and sustain my lifestyle. No, I can't, because I'm fucking poor. Actually, look, if I didn't have vacation days today, I'm now working in a job where I couldn't actually take vacation time because my pay was just shit. And now, like, yay, woohoo, I actually have it where I can only work 40-hour weeks and maintain some sort of living. But let's continue.
No matter how much money you're earning. For some reason, if you stopped working without altering your lifestyle, how long would you make it based on the way you have your life set up right now? 1 year? 6 months? 1 month? Less than that? Generally speaking, if you don't have enough money saved up or cash flow coming in to at least maintain your lifestyle for 3 months, you're considered poor. This reality might hit you like a brick and unveil just how fragile your economic stability is right now. Everybody needs protection against worst-case scenarios, and the fact that you don't have one leaves you vulnerable. The beauty of this 3-month check is it doesn't matter if you make $60K a year or $10 million. In time, you've acquired fixed expenses, and your lifestyle comes at a cost. The way to solve this is to actually do the math on what your average monthly expenses are.
So, this is the shit that kind of pisses me off about a lot of this shit. So, here's the thing. It is true, if you're living a lifestyle that's well outside of your means, then maybe you should actually take some view of your expenses and try to actually address it. That being said, at some point, you can't cut any much more. For example, I have internet. I don't have TV. I may have some streaming services, and yeah, like I pay for Netflix and Crunchyroll, $15 a month, because I have the cheapest form of Netflix you can do, and of course Crunchyroll. And oh yeah, I get Hulu through my cell phone. But when you hear some of these people and the way they fucking talk, no, you should be like Dave Ramsey. You should eat beans and rice until you can actually make money. Like, this is the shit that a lot of people actually believe. But let's continue.
And save up to 3 months ahead, or create sufficient secondary streams of income that are not influenced by your ability to work or not. Examples are real estate rents, royalties for intellectual property.
Wait, what? Like, literally, did she just say real estate? Like, okay, let's go.
or being a minority owner in someone else's business. Number 2, it takes you more than 1 hour to get to work. How many times have you heard the saying, time is money? Well, it's not actually true because you could always make more money, but you can't, at least for now, buy more time. The idea that you're wasting big chunks of your life transitioning from one point to another without any productive output is mind-boggling to us. You should do whatever it takes to get yourself as close to work as possible so the downtime you would be spending going to work can be put to good use. Let's do the math. If it takes you 1 hour to get to work and another to get back, that's 2 hours per day that you spend in traffic getting angry.
Maybe there's an issue with the way our transportation system is. I'm just saying. What if I wait? What if I live 5 minutes down the street that I can just walk in 5 minutes? Does that mean that I'm not always already poor? Like, shit like this doesn't make any sense. This is just like, well, if you have to drive and you're not living in some fucking penthouse, or you're not an investment banker or something of this nature where you don't actually contribute to work in a sense that all the fucking filthy poors do, then you're poor. Fuck out of here.
Angry at random people, switching between lanes without signaling. That's 10 hours per week, 520 full hours per year. If you break down that 520 into days, you'll discover there are 21 full days that you're spending in traffic every year. Let that sink in for a little bit. If you need to, go over the numbers again or do the math yourself. You'll be shocked by how much time is wasted. Imagine if you could take those days and do something productive. Well, the rich use it to get richer, while
Well, why don't you just take those days and do shit like productive, like getting rest, self-care, you know, just enjoying yourself. How about something like that? Instead of just thinking like, oh yeah, no, you should be working. Back to the mines, you fucking serfs. But no, these people don't think that way. They think if it's not gonna be like I want you to think, where you're hustling and grind mindset, then you're not doing anything productive.
you're sitting in your car listening to the same 8 songs that get played over and over again every hour. Number 3, you have bills you struggle with or cannot afford to pay. This is another pretty straightforward way to tell you're not doing well financially and that you need to shake yourself up and get busy. If you have ever gotten the lights cut off, you don't have enough credit to make a phone call, or you simply don't have the funds to pay the bills coming your way, you've stretched yourself too thin and qualify as poor. Although it happens mostly in the cases where someone isn't earning enough money, we've seen it happen to celebrities.
Wow, it happens in most cases when people can't afford enough money. Wow. It's almost as if we have a system that prioritizes poverty for most of the people. I wonder what we call that. Fuck, these people are so delusional. Let's go.
If you've watched our 15 Insane Things Rich People Did video, you can check it out in the top right corner. You'll know that Johnny Depp is in big financial crisis because of this. Despite earning big money, at one point he was unable to pay his $2 million a month bills, which is forcing him to liquidate some of his possessions. But let's get back to you for a second. How did you end up in this position? Don't know? Well, you probably have a poor understanding on how the world works. You work a low-paying job because you put little to no time into developing a valuable skill set, and even when you get the money you've earned, you use it to buy meaningless things. Just kick back for a second and think about how many people have an expensive phone and no credit, or how many...
You filthy pores. Don't you know that you should be walking around with a Motorola 1998 phone? Yeah, those old small little brick phones about the size of this, about the size of your palm, that you can just dial and make basic phone calls. How dare you want to expect a smartphone? You're not deserving of this shit. Like, the fuck? All right, let's go.
How many people have an expensive car and still live with their parents? Yeah. Number 4, you shop at the dollar store, use coupons frequently, or buy things on sale just because they're on sale, even though you don't need them. Okay, there's no shame in being a budget shopper, but with little money comes little quality. You get what you pay for.
I must be poor because I shop at the dollar store all the fucking time. Like, what the fuck? Wait, this is they had another rule. Like, if you buy things on discount, you're poor. Poor people buy things on discount because you're buying things that rich people don't want. Like, do they fucking really hear themselves? Like, really, do they fucking hear themselves? This shit is fucking unbelievable. All right, let's go.
Things that are cheap break more easily and need to be replaced. Again, there's no shame in trying to get a discount on something that you really need. But listen to this, and please pay attention because this is really important. Nobody became a billionaire by saving money. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody became a billionaire.
Wait, wasn't like rule number 1 about not being able to have enough savings to not last for 3 months? Wasn't that rule number 1? Wasn't that rule number 1? All right, let's go.
By saving money. They all focused on constantly increasing their income and used their cash in order to make more cash. Now think about yourself. How many times have you walked into the store and bought an item that you really didn't need because it was, quote, a great deal? Yeah, buying things you don't need on sale isn't saving you money. It's giving away the little money you still have to the company that, by the way, is still making a profit even with a massive discount. Number 5. Fast food is acceptable dinner food all the time.
That's it. I'm gonna have to go over that Doomer Media video that he had with him. I just have to. Oh my god, this is just so fucking. I'm tired of this point. Do I eat fast food for dinner sometimes? Yes. Want to know why? Because I leave my house for work at 7:30 in the morning, and sometimes I don't get home till about 6:20 at night. Do I feel like cooking all the time? Fuck no. When I work from home, did I actually cook more? Yeah, I actually cook a lot more. But it's about time and investment and all that other good shit. And for those of you who are saying, oh, you can just meal prep. Hey, what's up, Purple? How are you doing today? It's just like, for those of people, oh, you can just meal prep. Okay, sure. You can meal prep. You know the thing about meal prep? It still takes fucking time. And while I'm meal prepping, what I'm supposed to do with my side hustle, because you just said I need to have a side hustle, some way of getting income, which, welcome to YouTube or Twitch, or my art. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. These are rules that they will never live by, or they will never have to live under the fucking boot that they're explaining, wanting everybody else to live under. But let's continue.
Talked about this before, and we always get backlash from you guys. There's nothing wrong with eating fast food once in a while, but nutrition is a very important part of your life. It's literally the fuel of the machine you call your body.
So if I was to come home and make a hamburger, would that be like, that motherfucker? Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I go to the fucking grocery store, get the ground beef, make the burgers, and like have my shit just looking awesome. But like, yeah. Is it the food or the fact that somebody else is cooking it? Again, this seems like more of the lines of, you're too poor to have other people serve you. You should be serving somebody else. Because if I came home and made that shit, would that still be considered bad? Ground beef, $3 for a pound. I can make like 4 burgers out the shit. Yeah, 4 burgers, 4 ounce, like quarter pounder each one. Is that still bad? Fucking fries, and they don't even have to be fried fries. They can be, oven baked fries. That shit's a thing that happens. Is it still bad food? Or is it because of the fact that poor people should stand on their feet after working all day and fucking work like a fucking, come home and work and still cook and shit like that? Because reasons. But let's continue.
Your ability to think creatively, come up with solutions, improve your reality. It all starts from your physical state. If your body's not healthy, your productivity levels drop. Your decision-making process is lagging behind, and therefore you underperform in all aspects of your life. There's more to food than fast food. Learn to cook. Cook for the people you care about instead of eating fast food by yourself. The act of eating and what you eat can tell if you're rich or poor. Number 6. You had to say no to your kid when he wanted an average-priced toy because you couldn't afford it. This is not about...
I doubt that the woman who's doing the voiceover is really the person that's writing the script. I just think that she's a VA hired. This is some condescending shit. This is some real condescending shit. You had to say no to your kid when he wanted an average price toy. But again, criticizing people for not having 3 months worth of saving up, and you need to act. You need to, look at your finances and cut out superfluous spending and shit like that. Really? You are really doing a thing. We're not even halfway through the list, guys. We're not even halfway through the list. But let's continue.
About spoiling your kids. We could go on and on for ages about the impact of proper parenting. This particular point has to do with your financial situation. If you were ever in the position where you would have wanted to buy your child the toy he wants, but you simply couldn't afford it, you should realize you're doing poorly. It's not about the item, it's about the act itself. As a parent, you want your child to experience happiness, and the idea that your lack of financial resources, or sometimes lack of effort, takes away from that should be heartbreaking. Don't
Wait, see, and this is like, you see that snuck in, like, well, your lack of financial resources and sometimes your lack of effort. This is literally just like, yeah, you're poor because you're not working hard enough. And it's just like, wow, okay, let's go.
Don't panic. Use that feeling as a motivator and push yourself to be better. We'll expand on this in the next one. Number 7, you are scared that your life will affect your kids' chances of success. This probably hits home with a lot of struggling parents. If you're scared that your current reality will negatively impact your child's chances of success, you're poor. Again, this could also apply to someone who earns
You scared that your child's life will be affected. How? Every parent fears this. Every parent fears this. Fuck, this is condescending shit. And like, these are people who, like, this is like literally sounds like it was written by somebody who doesn't know what struggle is. But let's just go.
A lot of money. Being poor doesn't always come from a lack of funds in your account. So just because you've got a big salary doesn't mean you can't be a poor person. As parents, you wish that your child will live a better life than you did growing up, and there's constant struggle in the back of your mind that you're not doing enough for him or her. You want to give your child the best shot at life. Don't spoil them, but give them the tools and the right direction to achieve both success and happiness in life. Don't let them have to struggle to overcome your reality as a part of their journey.
For those of us who have children, we already know that even if we make the best situations, there will be struggles that our child would actually have to face. And I'm not somebody who's like, oh, struggle builds character. Conflict does build character, and that doesn't have to mean like just hard, battle worn conflict, but some adversity does build character. And sometimes that's in the form of financial adversity. Sometimes it's in social adversities. But those of us who are parents understand that, and we always see the fuckers who haven't had any adversity in their lives. Those rich bastards who grew up with a fucking silver spoon in their mouth and up their ass. Like this fucker from like New Jersey, who father was like, name was Fred, and he always used to make fun of his son, talking about baby sad, and his son just internalized the shit. And had no adversaries except for his own stupidity. Trump, or one of my most recent examples, this fucker named Chet that thought he was Rastafarian because he was dating a Rastafarian. But like, these are motherfuckers that haven't had any adversity, and when they did have any adversity, they parents bailed them out. But let's continue.
Number 8, you don't have clean underwear and socks every day. These are essentials, and as we've mentioned,
wow. Wow. Hold on, guys. I'm doing a message. Somebody's offering to take me out for tomorrow. Hold on. All right, sorry about that.
Mentioned before, your inability to have even the most basic things as a part of your life means you're living below the standard. It also has a lot to do with your basic hygiene, and if you've watched our video, 15 things that poor people do which the rich don't, you probably remember the impact it has on your chances of bettering yourself. You can check it out on the top right corner of our channel. You don't have to buy expensive underwear or a particular brand, but do yourself the favor and maintain a clean presence. It's one of the first things to do if you wish to escape poverty.
Okay, yeah, you should like shower every day. It should. You should. That's a given thing. Or you should clean every day. I know some people don't like showering or bath every day. I'm somebody, being a big guy, sometimes I have to take 2 showers a day. No, no. Okay, I have to say I have to take 2 showers a day because I'm a big guy. Right? But let's go. Let's go.
Number 9. You have an addiction. It doesn't matter how much money you're earning if something controls you. A rich man is a free man.
But that's not being poor. That's literally having a mental health issue. And yes, I know I'm equating addiction to mental health. I mean it in the sense of it's a compulsion that is affecting your well-being, and that's not a poor thing. That's a we need to get you medical help.
Man, although the slavery days are behind us, your life could still be controlled by chemicals or companies that work really hard to make sure you stay addicted. Things as small as smoking.
Like YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Smoking puts you at risk
Facebook.
Health-wise, and don't even get
Twitter.
us started on drinking or hard drugs. Life should be fun and lived beautifully. You want to live as long as possible, as healthy as you can, so you can enjoy it for as long as it lasts. It's
Last July, we were in a drought here, and the country was asking people to shower less often. Yeah. I have a YouTube addiction, too.
no secret that the rich live longer than the poor. In this case, you're not going to be poor financially, but you could spend 10 plus years less than someone else, just because you're making dumb mistakes and you no longer have complete control over your life. Might want to think about that and the impact it has on your future. Number 10. Your house smells funny. Okay, we really didn't want to go into all of these because it's pretty obvious. Hey, if your house smells like shit all the time, you're poor. There's no way around it. Poor people live in bad neighborhoods. Crime rates go up. The average potential of the area is low.
I just can't. Like, fuck. I just can't. This is just like, hold on. Let me pull my drawers down because they clean and just shit all over poor people. Like, your house smells funny. Fuck. Like, come on. Like, how? All right, let's go.
Oh, because as you know, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You look at the people around you and their houses suck, so why would you bother to improve yours? That's why the poor stay poor. Number 11. Your car is 10 plus years old. Simple and easy.
How is that poor? Oh, wow. God damn it. This is like, some people actually have, like, I guess I don't qualify this because I have a 2008, but like I pay a car note and like I don't fucking get it. Like how do they even let this shit go? Like this is just literally just shitting on poor people. Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Your car is too old, it requires constant maintenance, and it doesn't provide you with enough safety in case anything happens. A quality automobile not only expands your lifespan, but literally allows you to go further in life. This is probably one of the last things you should fix though if you come into money. Unless you're an Uber driver, your car is not an asset, it's an expense. You need to fix your mindset and your education first.
And I have a feeling that a lot of this is, well, if you're not working your real job, you should be working Uber, Lyft, or some one of those motherfucking DoorDash or some shit. Because this is just like the whole mentality of like, well, after you finish your real job, you need to go earn a side hustle to work for a slave. Like the fuck? Oh God. I know I actually have a car too, and like and I'm gonna say it like this: it's weird dating women that don't have a vehicle because it feels like it's weird for me. I one of those things that I fucking hate is like it's just like I'm actually struggling with my bills, and keeping my car is one thing that I actually struggle to do. But the people who don't have a car, don't have their own place, I don't automatically shit on them because like this shit is expensive. I realize this shit is expensive, and oh my God, this is just like, okay, if it's 10 years old or what, if it's still running. There are some cars that are 10 years old that still run. There's some cars that are 30 years old and still run. That don't mean shit, man. Like, but, you know. All right, let's go.
First, and then towards the end, upgrade your car. Number 12. You expect the government to take care of you after you retire. Oh, we're gonna get so much backlash because of this. Poor people always...
Yes, I paid into the government for this how many years of my life, and yeah, I expect that money back to me because we have a fucking social contract. I like what? Notice that these motherfuckers don't advocate for raising the minimum wage. They don't advocate for a better standard of living. It's your fault that you're poor because reasons.
Expect others to take care of their own problems. You see it all the time on the news where people put themselves in bad situations, then blame the government for not helping them out. If you're waiting for...
Yeah, that's what Social Security is meant for. It exactly is.
Donald Trump or any politician or government to make you rich, you're out of your mind. There are so many people in each country that you as an individual don't matter for the political machine.
See what I mean? Fuck you. Fuck you. It's literally just like a fuck you. If this is just hyper individualism, and this is all this list is.
And they have no interest in you as an individual. The government deals with the masses, and although they might address a shortage of supply in a region or pass laws that help the economy in others, at the end of the day, it's your job to make the best out of the reality you have been dealt. The rules of the game might change. Politicians will come and go. Your success should not depend on them. Otherwise, you don't really deserve it.
Actually, no. I live in a society. I support a government through my taxes. And yes, I deserve the social support of what I put through. Like, this is libertarian mindset 101. And fuck these people. Like, for real. Let's go.
Number 13. You spend money before you get it. This alone is one of the main reasons poor people stay poor. Going into debt, having to constantly pay old debts, is keeping you from making the leap forward. We've seen so many people do this, and it's shocking that they don't even realize what they're doing. If you really want to get rich or at least improve your financial situation, you need to learn how to manage your money, how to control its impact upon your life. Money should be used for protection, to protect yours and your family's health, comfort, lifestyle, and sometimes even happiness. If you find yourself in this...
She says sometimes even happiness. Wow. Okay. We're gonna roll past that because again, this is just shaming poor people. And if you're not rich, then it's your fault. Let's go.
Situation, the first thing you should do is to get rid of the debt. Then stop yourself from going into debt again. It will be so hard, but so worth it. How many times have you heard someone say, "If I could only get ahead," and then you see them spend money on useless things or use credit cards to buy a fancy new TV? The moment you use your credit card to buy something that doesn't generate a positive return, all the work you're about to do, all the time you put in, and all the hard work belongs to the company or individual you credited from. They own your time until you pay them back. Number 14. You steal Wi-Fi, electricity, cable, or use torrents for movies and music.
yes, people who are poor, they pirate different things. Like I wow. I am not the channel Crimson 60620 on Twitch or Crimson on YouTube is not advocating piracy of anything. But one, the reason why a company, the number one reasons why companies actually are victims of piracy is because they don't make their products accessible or easy to use, and two, they have an overinflated sense of it. But let's see if she says because you, if it turns out that she says that no, you shouldn't enjoy shit until you make enough money to do it. Yeah, well, I got the clip saved up. All right, let's go.
Don't get us wrong, you need to do what you need to do to improve your knowledge, your skills, and thankfully the internet is filled with valuable information that can give you a boost towards your goals. But stealing, in any form, is something we look down upon. If you cannot afford to pay for any of those things, it's a clear sign that you're poor, and you'll need to understand that. Use the knowledge you accumulate to work hard, and get yourself on the right side of the table.
If you can't afford it, don't enjoy it. Like, okay, this is just shaming people.
Number 15. You don't have a loving family. There are no greater riches than having a loving family. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't get to spend time with your kids, if when you fall asleep you don't cuddle with someone you love and feel that they love you back, you're poor. If most of the things mentioned...
So if half of this list is emotionally connecting, half of this is like, no, like, you can't mix the two. There are rich people that are addicts. There are rich people who don't have a loving family. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of rich people who don't have loving families. Wait, like, like, fuck. Like, this is bullshit. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Before had to do with financial resources, this one has to do with the emotional ones. Having a loving family that supports you, that believes in you, and is there for you is incredibly powerful. If you've got your parents still alive, you don't even know how rich you are. These are things that people take for granted and realize their value only
Somebody's parents have passed
after they're taken away from them. Don't be one of those people. Instead, spend time with your kids. Make sure they turn into incredible human beings. Spend time with your parents and actually listen to them. It's incredible how much value you can take.
Listen, don't question your parents. Always listen. Always listen. Okay.
Away from their life experience and to never take your partner for granted. We want all the A-Luxers to live a happy and fulfilling life, so maybe give yourself a second and truly appreciate how rich you really are. What do you think we should add to this list, A-Luxers? Let us know
Peter, can we get it from you again?
Done.
Oh my God. Reasons. Wow, okay. Wow, at least that wasn't as bad as shitting on the poor people as the first list was, but it was definitely shitting on poor people. Wow, you guys tell me. I personally think that these fuckers are just like insensitive pricks that just want to shit on poor people. Man, I will say this. Whereas, especially the last couple of days, my aunt, did die, and being there for my family, that shit is emotionally draining. And it doesn't help that I have some different viewpoints from my family. But like, I still care about them, but yeah, being around my family for a prolonged time, especially when I can't express myself, it can be a little bit stressful because I'm yeah. Thank you, Wild Bill. Thank you. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, oh my God, like I just don't know. I just don't know. Oh man. um Oh God, let's do a quick video. I want to do a quick video because this was always fun. Um, oh shit, set that up for a minute. So, is it? How's everybody spending their Valentine's Day? I know I'm probably gonna be streaming a lot today. I'm gonna try to get my Twitch. I'm gonna try to get this up and working because I really want to play some PlayStation 1 games, and it's just It's just one of those things where it's like um I love PlayStation 1 games. You guys, if y'all watch my channels, um, if you guys watch my channels, yeah, I'm gonna actually dual stream. You've actually seen me play like Parasite Eve. I Okay, so Purple, I'm with you about artificial holidays. Um, I see that it is a way to celebrate shit. It is a way to celebrate shit. And to be honest with you, I we need, like, in America specifically, we need reasons and ways of celebrating shit that a lot of people don't take the time to celebrate shit. And that's the reason why I used to be of the belief that, oh, some holidays are stupid to have, but then I realized that no, if some people didn't have holidays, they would they would get worked to death. Like, seriously, they would literally get worked to death. And I get, I fucking get it, but like, just like, if we didn't have holidays, some people would be worked to death. That's just the best way of actually saying it. And um yeah, yeah. And I have to call you out on that, Purple, because I watch your streams and I notice that you have a lot of national holidays that a lot of people don't recognize are national holidays. Imagine if we had more of a way of celebrating those holidays where we didn't have to work as much. That's the best way I can actually describe it. So yeah, that's just me. It's just me. I really believe that we should actually celebrate shit a lot more and not live in this capitalist hellhole where it's work yourself to fucking death. So yeah, yeah. That's that's the way that's my take on it. That's my take on it. I personally don't care about Valentine's Day because my birthday is 2 days later. Like, my birthday is on Wednesday, so like, I really don't care about it. It's an excuse for when I have a partner for me to engage in coitus. That's the only real reason why I celebrate Valentine's Day. Yeah, I know, and I get that, But like, that's the only reason why I care about Valentine's Day. It's a excuse for me to, when I have a partner, to engage in coitus. Like, to be very honest with you, and when I'm with a young lady, I think flowers and shit, small tokens of affection, shit like that all the time. So it doesn't really bother me that it's on one day, but that's like the, how do I put it? So if you know what March the 14th day is, if you're aware of what March the 14th is, it's kind of like the same thing. I'm just saying. So, can we do a quick video? Can we do a quick video? I want to do a quick video in time for Karens in the wild. Let's go.
This is disgusting. Disgusting. you're on camera, I would leave now before I call the police.
Here's a textbook example of what not to do.
Yeah, I will call the police if you don't leave. No, you are not permitted to grab my phone. You're not permitted to grab his hat.
Yeah.
I don't know where this behavior is coming from.
And
Just
guess
let
what?
him be. Just let
Show
him be.
his uniform. Show his
Just let
uniform.
him be.
Show his uniform. You disgrace the U.S. You disgrace the USA.
She thinks she is in the right.
You put me on it. You put me on it. You put me on the freaking. Put me on. Put me on.
Hey, Williams,
Put me on.
can you give me Chief's number?
Okay, so we have a nice young lady here who is upset about somebody in a uniform. Show his uniform. Now, let's go. I saw this a while ago, but I want to bring it to you guys. Let's go.
That's not a uniform.
Just terrible.
You piece of.
So Karen storms out of a pizza place. Here's the thing. She's in for a rude awakening. Lori Desjardins, an immature 45-year-old, attacked the Navy vet in the state of Connecticut. She went after Sean Nolte Jr., seen here, just minding his damn business. At one point, she tells him he disgusts her and calls him a POS before slapping him and accusing him of impersonating a service member.
I know. We have Karens now saying who's a service member and who's not a service member. I know, like, because reasons. And I wonder if this has anything to do with why she accuses him of not being a service member. I'm just wondering. Let's go.
Accusing him of impersonating a service member. Desjardins, who is from Southington, Connecticut, turned herself into police headquarters according to the Berlin, Connecticut Police Department. She was served with an active arrest warrant but released on a $10K bond. She was charged with 1 count of third-degree assault and 1 count of breach of peace. Fox 61 reported the sailor in the video was confirmed by U.S. Navy officials and a relative to B. Nolte of Pennsylvania. And there you see his credentials. Sean's a really good guy. He joined us right out of high school, and we're lucky to have him, said the chief of Rescue Fire Company 37, a volunteer fire and EMS department. He enlisted in the Navy, so he's not local anymore, but he's still a member. Just 2 months ago, WHTM-TV, the ABC affiliate of Harrisburg, featured Nolte in a public service message. He would write on Facebook, the woman proceeds to walk in and out multiple times over the course of 10 minutes. Her food is ready, and she walks.
Like, what? Like, okay, if you think somebody's impersonating a service member, why the fuck do you get in their face? If they're going to be that dishonest to, like, you come in and out 10 times, like, how dare you? She's getting herself more mad. Okay, let's go.
Walks back in to retrieve her pizza. As she leaves, she looks at me and says, "Nice smile," very sarcastically. I reply, "Thank you. Have a nice day, ma'am," and continue about my day. Not even 30 seconds later, she comes marching back in and yells at the pizzeria staff, "He is a fake, by the way. My husband is in the Army." You could probably assume the rest. I proceed to attempt to prove that I am not a fake, even pulled out my valid military ID and showed it to her. She kept claiming that my military ID is fake and proceeds to show me her dependent military ID and screamed,
She's like, you have a real ID, but it's fake because I have a dependent ID. Like, the fuck? Okay. All right, let's go.
"This is what your ID should look like." As I realized there was no persuading this woman that I am not a fake, I politely say, "Tell your husband thank you for his service for me and have a nice day." She storms out of the pizzeria and storms right back in, progressively screaming at me, "You disgust me, you son of a B," grabbing my uniform and throwing my cover on the ground, not aware that I am a real service member. In a last-ditch effort to leave, she rushes towards me and slaps me in the left side of my face. Being in uniform, I must maintain professionalism, so I stand there and proceed to wish her a nice day. Well, it looks like some of our own people can't recognize authenticity when they see it. As for Desjardins, per news...
Wow. Like, how the fuck does this happen? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. You're fake. I have a dependent ID and mine out trumps yours. Okay. My husband is in the Army. Great. I'm in the Navy. Like,
News 8, she worked for CVS Health, and following her arrest, a spokesperson for the company released a statement saying this individual is no longer employed. She was last due in Britain Superior Court on September 23rd, but had the case continued until later in October. The case was once again continued on that date. According to police docs, Desjardins told them she was not in the right frame of mind because of some ongoing mental health issues and a problem with alcohol. I am very sorry for my actions and do not believe...
Wait, if there's a problem with alcohol, maybe she shouldn't have been drinking while driving. I'm sorry. Like this shit. Like, man. Okay. It's a surprise, guys. This may surprise you, right? Me, Crimson 60620, could not get away with it's an alcohol related thing and a mental health thing. Even though I may have some mental health issues, like issues with, depression or seasonal affective disorder or some shit like that, or just having to deal with COVID for the last 2 years. No. I'm not afforded that fucking peace. But she is, and like reasons. I just can't. Like this shit is just like hilarious because she literally slapped somebody. And she was able to leave out on bond because reasons. She did a little job and like shit like that. If you physically assault somebody unprovoked, there is some consequences to pay. But I just can't. I can't. I fucking can't. And like, wow, that was interesting. That was fucking interesting. And I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyway, guys. I just want to do that quick little clip and bite and yeah. All right, so and I guess I'm just running through some videos. I'm not really have a big too much plan. My plan was to play games, and I may just take a nap, wake up, and do the shit later. But like that was my plan today. Let's see what else. What else do we have? All right. Oh God, I don't want to do that right now. I may have to do that later, and just have. Oh. All right, let's do something a little bit serious. All right. So this is I want to say this. I have to say, this is probably gonna get me a little bit upset, and you'll understand why in a minute. But like, I really hate little right-wing edgelords, and I'm a bit of an edgelord myself. But like, these little right-wing edgelords that are just like, and I'm just now seeing this message. Purple, I get it. The lucky thing about it is when I was with my spouse, we didn't really celebrate Valentine's Day. It was all lumped into my birthday, so I didn't really have to do a lot of gifts, and so she got away with like not doing a lot of shit. That hasn't always been the case when I was with somebody around my birthday or Valentine's Day, but it's been a majority of case times versus not. I say that's the best way to say it. So yeah, I get it, and a lot of the partners that I've had when I was with them, we were more of the go with the flow type situation, and that actually it was one of those unspoken rules of, yeah, we're not going to talk about this, because if you have to give me something for Valentine's Day, then I have to definitely get you something different for your birthday. So it's a little bit, it was one of those unspoken rules. So it's a two-edged sword type shit. So yeah, no, I get it. Let's talk about this video. So these little right wing edge lord is if you're not somebody who pays attention to a lot of this shit, if you just think that there's no value in looking at what the right wing say, you will miss a lot of this shit. And the craziest thing is, it's just, this is the reason why we need streamers. This is the reason why we need people who would go into the fucking lion's den and fight these motherfuckers. This is one of the reasons why. And we get shit like this. So this is Mr. Obvious. I haven't done a video with him in a long time, but I just felt like I needed to actually talk about this shit. And I pulled up this, and more than half of Americans believe the U.S. democracy faces extinction. New poll says Biden is over. This is the shit that we have to address, because when we have a lot of people dealing with, no, democracy is over, and let me just bend the rules to make sure my side wins, this is when we come up with a lot of fucking problems. And so this is one of the things I want to tackle. And I know Mr. Obvious is a fucking idiot. He's one of those clown world bullshit guys. And if you go back on my video, on my channel, I have several different videos when he's talking about this bullshit. So yeah, let's go.
And it's over for Joe Biden.
Come on, man.
Hey guys, gals, and pals, Mr. Obvious here. And today, we're going to talk about how
I hate the fucking way he talks. Oh my god. Not only do I hate the stupid shit that he says, but I hate the fucking way he talks. And it is like, alright, let's go.
a majority of Americans believe that democracy in the US is dead and at risk of extinction. A shocking new poll shows only 54% of Americans believe that Joe Biden won the presidential election. Folks,
wait, where's the source? The Daily Mail. Of course, it's the fucking Daily Mail. Wow. Okay, so this is what we're gonna actually do. And this is from January. This is like recently. I did not spell belief right. I still didn't spell it right. Now, this is from The Guardian. Stop. Now, 40%. This is the 40% that Trump always had. Literally. This is 40%. The poll released on the eve of the first anniversary of the attack of the Capitol up for a pro-Trump mob found that 55% of those surveys believe that Joe Biden won the election. Now, who did they poll? About half of Republicans. This is the problem. Fuckers like this don't know how to read fucking polls. They don't. They only look at the headlines, and I guarantee you, this motherfucker is not going to read the fucking full article. And if he does, it's the Daily fucking Mail. Does he make mention that it's from the Daily Mail? Here, let's look at his articles. Nope. No citation. No citation. It's just, oh, this is presented as facts. But let's hear this stupid shit that he says.
This is a 10% drop from April. In other words, we're getting to the point where less than half of all Americans actually believe that Joe Biden won the election. My friends, we need to talk about this and more. But before we do, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I just want to say, Somnia, it's the worst it's ever been. Right now, I'm...
All right, so we always skip over the other people's advertising. And we always say that you should always like, share, and subscribe my videos. Of course, over this bullshit. But anyway, let's go.
Absolutely exhausted, but I gotta get back to making content. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, and that's what we're here to do today. So hopefully by the time you hear this video, I've had a good night's rest. But let's get right to it, folks. To the story. In another poll, a majority of Americans say that Biden is not focusing enough on inflation. According to a dire new poll that shows 76% of voters who don't like the president will dislike him even more if he tries to pass Build Back Better. So people blame Joe...
Again, did you read the fucking article? As a matter of fact, if you look at the fucking percentages of what people actually like. So, Build Back Better, approval, rating, not in West Virginia, because fuck Joe Manchin. Now, mind you, Americans like with the Build Back Better plan, they're lukewarm on the bill itself. This is literally saying that they like the plan, they just don't like the title of the bill. And this was December the 17th. So when you actually look at it, here, what was it? Americans found more often to be in items that have been out of stock in stores, 70%. That's not what we're looking for. This is the Biden approval. Obviously, it's high once you get elected, but it goes down. And generic ballot. This is generic ballot. They don't have the percentages broken down, and I'm kind of disappointed with that. The tax credit, which has a high approval. Why don't they have that? Okay, 53% of registered voters support extending the child tax credit for 1 year, while only 33% oppose. Following the passage of the bill, Morning Consult found 47% of registered voters supported the bill and 40% opposed it. Like, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like Democrats have a real bad problem with marketing. Like, they let people get away with just shitting on your plans. And you get dumb fucks like this that just fill that vacuum, fill that void of where people should actually be saying more shit. The Democrats should come out and say, Republicans want us to go back to a higher child poverty. Republicans don't want you to have better roads going back and forth to work. Republicans don't want you to have health care. But they don't. They do this mammy-pammy, measly bullshit of just like, oh, well, we're marginally different because we don't want to upset our donors. And you lead to people like this. But let's continue.
Joe Biden for everything going wrong with America right now, okay? And these are recent polls that have come out just within the last couple days. So let's talk about this. Here the story says, a majority of Americans say in a stunning new poll that U.S. democracy is at risk of extinction. The assessment comes in a new poll near the anniversary of President Joe Biden's first year in office, just days after the anniversary of the Capitol riot. So, according...
Yes! People are going to be fearful of democracy when they saw a fucking crowd try to storm the fucking Capitol. That is like... Oh my god. You are so fucking stupid if you don't realize that shit. People feared... Look, I feared democracy was ending when the fact that you had a president get on and say, I need you to find evidence for my opponent in order to make my election go better. I fear democracy when a president was literally talking about shooting people at the border I fear for democracy. It has nothing to do with voter fraud. What's the voter fraud? Well, they changed the rules because it was a pandemic and more people were allowed to vote when they shouldn't have. Well, I don't like the fact that they voted for somebody different. Yeah. When you ask any Republican, where was the voter fraud? Well, people voted what I don't think they should have voted.
According to this poll, only 26% of people said that U.S. democracy is secured for future generations. 23% said they were not.
I know it's you, X. I know. What's up, man? How you been?
Not sure, but more importantly, 51% of people said that democracy in the United States was in danger of extinction. Now, what exactly did they mean by this? Depends on who you ask. If you ask conservatives, American democracy is in danger because Democrats are in the White House and they're trying to game the system. Let's just put it that way.
How are they trying to game the system? Oh my God! How are they trying to game the system? By making government work? Like, this is the shit that kids pisses me off. Well, we're gonna do shit for people, and so because we do shit for people, we should get more votes. Like, how does that game the system? How is that gaming the system? Because more people like what we do. So yeah, fuck them people. All right, let's go.
Joe Biden putting out these speeches talking about how it's horrible that Republicans in red states are instituting voting laws. You know, stuff like voter ID, checking signatures, banning mail-in ballots, and basically making sure that elections are fair. The Democrats don't want this. They don't want these measures passed. They don't want voter ID, and they don't want mail-in voting to be banned because
he would have an argument if we didn't know that the voter ID shit was clearly racist. We know that the shit is clearly meant to target black and brown people. We know that the motherfuckers, even the Supreme Court says, like, okay, we was gonna rule on this one, but here's the evidence of the architect of the plan who says we was gonna target black folks. Well, no, it was just because reasons. Like, oh my God. Yes, these are the same people that were, what do you mean I need an ID for a gun? How dare you, sir? Like, oh my God. Let's go.
This is how Democrats win. Did you know that in Mexico, mail-in voting is banned? That's because mail-in voting is the easiest to defraud. Fraudulent voting is...
What? Oh, wait. That sounds like a lie. Let's see. In Mexico, since 2006 federal election, postal voting for people living abroad has been permitted. A request has been made by the National Electoral Institute, which sends the ballots outside the country. Wow, we have determined that is a lie. Wow. It's like a Google search. Like, that's like, what the fuck? Like, wait, what? That's just like a Google search has actually determined that is a lie. Oh my God. And not only that, you know, in other countries, voting days are fucking holidays. They close down everything. It's like, yeah, go vote. Wow. We have determined that is a lie. Okay.
Is much easier with mail-in voting as opposed to voting in person. But that's not...
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Actually, mail-in voting is the most secure form of voting. Our last election, Trump's motherfucking election board that he had says, "Nah, this was the most secure election that we had." You know what's the easiest way of voter fraud that you can actually do? Here. The easiest way of voter fraud is Gerrymandering, you dumb fuck. Gerrymandering. It is not the people who are voting that are rigging the game. It's the people who are the votes are for. They are literally deciding who their voters should actually be. That is what's causing most of the issues. The shit about, oh, Congress is this, Congress is that. It's because shit is gerrymandered. Fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes, exactly. And, stop gerrymandering and take money out of politics. All right, let's go. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Not the point. The point here is Joe Biden is trying to claim that Republicans are a threat to democracy, despite the fact that Democrats themselves are a direct threat to democracy. All Republicans are trying to do is secure the elections, make sure that they're fair. Democrats don't.
By fair, they mean that they fucking secure the election so no Democrat would actually win except for overwhelming majority. Like we have now. You have to have an overwhelming majority to be a Democrat in a lot of cases in order to do that. Look at what happened in Wisconsin. The registered Democrats out-registered Republicans. And the Democrats got more votes. Hold on, let's pull up there. What was it? Wisconsin. Stating results. Hold on. What was it? Where hold on, was it the 2020 ballots? Oh my God, and it's a data point, and I saw it. What was it? Oh, this is the presidential voting. Where was it? And I hate to pull up one video to reference another, but hold on. Let me see if I can actually find it. Give me a second. If I can actually find it. Here it goes. And I want to actually bring this up.
Hamstrung the public sector unions. He focused on private sector unions, signing a right-to-work bill that aimed to dramatically reduce union membership. Within a few years, Walker had cut Wisconsin's unionization rate nearly in half in Wisconsin. Shortly after taking office, he approved a new electoral map of the state that divided districts to ensure large majorities for Republicans in every legislative election. Democratic voters were divided into a few districts where they would win overwhelmingly, and then a larger number of districts where they'd always lose. It was one of the most effective gerrymanders in American political history. In 2018, for instance, Democrats won a majority of the statewide vote for state assembly, 53%, compared to 45% for Republicans. But Republicans still won about 2/3 of the state assembly seats. In order to have gained even a small majority in 2018, Democrats would have needed to win by about 20 points statewide, 65% of the vote.
And this is the real issue when it comes to who's rigging the elections. And Republicans and Democrats do it. It just so happens that Republicans do the shit more. I live in Illinois. You better believe that Democrats do this shit. But Republicans do it more. you're in Utah. I understand Utah is a red state, but where are all the Democratic votes really centered around? But let's continue.
Don't want this. They want less election integrity. They want less election security. Of course, the Democrats are going to say that no, it's actually the Republicans who threaten democracy because they want to do these laws, which means that less people will vote and their voices will not be heard. This is the argument from the mainstream left. I do not buy it. I do not believe it. There's no reason to oppose voter ID. The only reason you would want to oppose it is because you want to cheat. But here's the beauty of it, folks. Because Americans are losing faith in the system. The poll showed the majority that believed that Biden was the legitimate winner of the election has narrowed to just 54% amid Trump's persistent attacks. The number was 64% in April. Boom! There you...
Yeah, because people are stupid. Like, let's just say people are stupid. And it's okay, people are stupid. Like, and most of those are Republicans.
Go right here. It's over for Biden. 54% of Americans believe that Biden is the legitimate winner of the election. This is 10% down. 10% down from April. So let me ask you a question. What happens by the midterms? Will Biden's legitimacy rating be even lower? Will it be below 54%? Below 50%? What happens when only 49% of Americans believe that Joe Biden is the legitimate winner of the election? In my opinion, that means that Joe Biden...
So this is the shit that I didn't like about the whole, like, Hillary Clinton actually being a real president and shit like that. This is shit that I didn't like about it. Now, for those of you all who are old enough to remember the 2000 election, yeah, Bush wasn't, he wasn't voted in. He had a lot of help from a lot of different places. What happened with Hillary Clinton was very different. It was Hillary Clinton's fault that she didn't win the presidency. She didn't step foot inside of Michigan because she thought, well, I'm just anointed. Now, were there headwinds against, like, other headwinds? Like, during the election, it was it was just like bad turnout and shit like that. Was it a sense of, well, she's just gonna win, so I don't have to go out? Yeah, but in the end, it's just like, no, the electoral college. If you want to say that, and like some people were stupid enough not to realize that people were talking about the electoral college. Yeah, if you want to say that, yeah, of course, the electoral college is a way of just maintaining a fucking power structure that needs to be done with. But like, no, like, she lost. No one said that, like, no sane person said that Trump didn't win the electoral college. But these motherfuckers are literally saying that Joe Biden didn't win shit. That Trump got 100 million votes. And it's just like, I don't get it. Like, I get the nuances of things that humans don't exactly know how to deal with in a lot of cases. But these motherfuckers are just mad because President Orange was shown to be a loser. And some of it is the sunk cost fallacy. That, oh, I backed this man, why did he lose? And some of it is just like, they may want to, start stepping like Goose in a way. Yeah, exactly.
Biden is no longer a legitimate president. Now, never mind the election. There exists something called the consent of the governed. It's the idea that you need consent from the people, the citizens of a country, in order to be a ruler or a politician. In other words, if 51% of Americans do not think that you are legitimate, you do not have consent of the governed, ergo, you are not legitimate. And I believe the answer would be to impeach Joe Biden. Now,
wait, that's not how that works. Oh my God, that's not how that works. No, that's not how that works. You dumb fuck. Oh, my brain hurts. And do what? Put Kamala in? How? Okay, Okay.
Impeach Joe Biden for? Well, you take your pick, baby. Consent of the governed, the Hunter Biden
That's not a crime that he did. Consent. That's not a crime. That is not a crime.
laptops. The fact that the answer would be to impeach Joe Biden. Now,
Let's
some
listen
people
to this
ask,
list.
what would you impeach Joe Biden for? Well, you take your pick, baby. Consent of the governed, the Hunter Biden laptops.
It's not Joe Biden. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's not a crime. Okay.
The fact that he appears mentally incompetent.
Fuck! Pot calls the kettle black. That's not a crime.
Take your pick. I don't care which one. So every new...
We don't care. We just do it. Man. Somebody call Australia because we gonna need some kangaroos for that fucking court. Like, the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
piece of data says that people have lost faith in Biden and the Democrats. Just like in this story on the Daily Mail. Inflation reached a 40-year high of 7% in December alone. I'm sure you heard about that. Yet Biden wants to pass his $1.75 trillion Build Back Better bill. It's not going to fix inflation. In fact, it is going to make inflation 10 times worse.
Citation needed. Citation needed. What they won't speak about is the reason why inflation happens is because more people have money to spend. And not saying that inflation is a good thing. I don't want to say that inflation is a good thing at all. And my stream just dropped. Why don't we do this since we're worried about inflation? Why don't we go ahead and give a fucking UBI and freeze housing prices, freeze prices of different shit that is causing people to like spend more money and why don't we do this shit? Why don't we do that shit? Because we know that poor people need to, like, if you're so concerned with poor people, let's tax these corporations until they bring back the money that they have sitting offshore in order to make sure that their workers are invested in, and the roads and all this other good shit is invested in, instead of just saying, oh no, corporations do what they want to because reasons and all that other good shit. Because I don't know. Let's go.
Now, I'm gonna give you a story from Fox News. Here it says, dramatic 14-point shift in party preference during 2021 gives the GOP the biggest lead since 1995. This according to a Gallup poll. Now, as the midterms roll around, and as Republicans have a chance of taking back the White House, this is really a big deal. Here the story says, Republicans overtook Democrats as America's preferred political party during the last quarter of 2021, with the GOP holding its largest lead in voter preferences since 1995. So the tides are turning. Quite clearly, they are turning.
Now, okay, granted, there are some shit that's turning, and I'm not gonna lie that the fucking Democrats have been doing a piss poor job when it comes to getting their message out, explaining their platform, and generally getting shit done. Thank you, Christian Cinema and Joe Manchin. But like, to be honest with you, Joe Biden is kind of okay with it, because I would have been like Bernie Sanders and would have been in West Virginia and Arizona until those motherfuckers changed their votes long time ago. Because you're not going to hold up my agenda, but reasons and shit. Although it's kind of funny that the squad got the prohibition against Congress member stock trading. Oh, that was fun. And like, yeah. What I don't hear anything, Jimmy Dore. I don't hear. Let's go.
And it's starting to look like things may not be so good for the Dems come the midterms and come 2024. Now, believe it or not, there are still people out there who will question all of this, and they'll say things like, well, things are not that bad. The economy is fine. Oh, really? Folks, take a look at this. You see this here? Empty shelves. Ooh, empty shelves. I actually made a Twitter post joking about this, saying, I said, leftists be out there playing Socialism Simulator. Yeah.
Wait, But this shit is under capitalism. Wait, this shit is under capitalism. Oh my god, this is capitalism. Oh my god. Wait, the Build Back Better plan hasn't passed yet. This is capitalism. Wait. Not only that, it looks as if they're just reorganizing themselves. Like, you see, like, if you go all the way back here and shit, you see that there is shit on the shelves. It looks as if they're just restarting the shelves. Oh, you dumb fuck. Oh my god. This shit is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Like, it literally just looks as if somebody is like, they do this in stores, you know. They actually take food down and like try to rearrange the stores. Like, wow. Okay.
This is Joe Biden's America. Supply chain shortages are as bad as they've ever been. So
wait, some of the things. Oh wow. There's still a pandemic that the last guy didn't actually take serious and fucked us over. Oh, okay.
According to this story, 15% of food supplies are now entirely out of stock during the Omicron surge, as thousands of grocery store clerks, factory workers, and drivers are being forced to quarantine. They're saying that roughly 12% of food, beverages, household cleaning products, hygiene products are gone. They're...
Wow, I wonder why they're forced to quarantine. I wonder why. Wow. I wonder fucking why. I wonder why. We're almost done. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
Gone. They're not there. Meanwhile, transportation costs are skyrocketing, the price of gasoline is skyrocketing, and inflation is worse than ever. And who do we blame? Joe Biden. And that's the big issue. Everything the Democrats do seems designed to screw over the economy. Another poll says that 64% of Americans think that Biden's COVID-19 response is going bad.
Hold on. I'm sorry. You see a number that you don't recognize, you're like, oh shit, is this somebody that I'm looking for? And then, no, it's shit people talking about. Want to buy some insurance? Let's go.
Countless surveys and polls are all saying the same thing. Joe Biden is killing this nation. He is killing the economy. He sucks.
Yeah. Of course, he got a country where nothing was going wrong. Now, if you guys don't remember, right, there was a economic downturn that was predicted before COVID, and people were like, oh shit, something's gonna happen that's gonna knock us off the fucking cliff. And then COVID. Like, I don't get it. And they making me carry water for Joe Biden. And I'm gonna say it because these motherfuckers ain't gonna say it. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden for the 1992 crime bill. Fuck Joe Biden for the bankruptcy bill that allow businesses and shit to charge off any fucking thing they want, but you can't charge off your student loan. Fuck Joe Biden for that. But motherfucking double dildo with all the hentai, fuck Trump. I'm just saying it. Fuck him. With all the war crimes and shit that all U.S. presidents did, Trump wanted to do just outright. Like, this motherfucker wanted to drop a fucking nuke in a hurricane because it'll blow it apart. And I know I'm engaging in some whataboutism, but we're not exactly looking at the best situation that happened with Joe Biden and him coming into the presidency, and a staunch opposition to saying, no, we need him to fail. because we need to get back in power. Like, let alone Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell, who says during the Obama presidency, oh, we need to make him fail so we can get power again. But because reasons. But let's. Oh God, this is. Let's go.
I think people are fed up. In this Newsweek article, the world's 10 richest men all got richer during the pandemic. The 10 richest men in the world doubled their net worth from $700 billion to $1.5 trillion. They made $700 billion during the COVID-19 pandemic. They call it the greatest transfer of wealth in history, where poor people like me and you, small businesses, homeowners, they're losing their jobs, they're losing their money, they're losing. And then the rich people make $700 billion.
Maybe we should look at a system called socialism, where workers actually have more rights, where rich fucks don't have as much control. Maybe we should look at that system. Oh wait, you just shitted on communism and shit like that, and we both know that you don't know the difference between socialism and communism. But you know, reasons, right? Let's go.
This is how it goes. And you know what? If Trump had been in charge, maybe things would have been different. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this?
All right, Peter, can we do it?
Done.
I don't know what to say. Like, Trump was in charge, and look how fucked up the situation got. I don't even know what to say. And it's just like, wow, fucking wow. How do you even just like, I don't know. I know I'm hungry and I need to probably fix me some lunch because I don't get this shit. Like, wow, like, I don't, okay. I'm somebody who feels that we should get rid of like a lot of the powers that the president holds. They should just, be an executive of the office and, actually deal with executing the laws instead of trying to be the law. And yeah, this shit is broken. This is broken. Like, what you know have happened in the last 2 years? The last 2 years have actually shown that Trump would have did a better job. Because reasons? I don't know. I can't. I don't understand. And this motherfucker has 260,000 subscribers. Like, do I have to just be that fucking stupid? Like, how many flights of stairs do I have to say shit and people like bite that shit up or eat that shit up? I don't know. Anyway, guys, it's been about 3 hours, and I may be back on streaming later. I kind of saw somebody actually trying to stream Chrono Trigger, and it kind of hurt my soul to watch them stream Chrono Trigger because they're just like horrible people, and yeah, I can't allow that to happen. I'm gonna fix me some lunch and probably take a nap for a little bit, and then I'm gonna actually just go ahead and yeah, cry into a pillow because of the stupid shit I just saw. I want to thank everybody who joined the chat and thank everybody who enjoyed the stream today. I will be streaming later, probably some Chrono Trigger, like I said. But anyway, guys, I want to say thank you guys for watching, and take it away, Richard.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah. I'm probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy people. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with and NBC, no names, right? Because
Right.
there's lawsuits for that too. That some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use
Yeah,
this.
right. Absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but.
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
eating. The system levels them.
Pretty soon it's
Is
all
that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.